Okay, it's 10 a.m. on the West Coast. I won't say the best coast, but we're going to get started here. First off, thanks everyone for joining. Super excited for today's session. If this is your first time attending one of my webinars, look, we try to be pretty, efficient with our time. I want to be respectful of your time. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and join us. So, typically these go 30 to 45 minutes, just setting some expectations for you. A couple of things really quickly. This is recorded. Everyone will get a copy of the recording sent out sometime later today. So if you want to go back and revisit something, you can do so. I'll do a quick introduction. My name is Keith Hawken. I am the head of sales and service at Top Producer. Been part of Top Producer in the real estate industry now, going on 23 years. And so hoping to share some ideas today. So the goal today is not for me to tell you what to do. The goal of me today is to give you some ideas what you can do, to help you get to your goals this year and help you, grow as we head into the new year and, as the market turns. So the topic today is 3-step strategies to win the 2024 spring market. The one thing about real estate, there is seasons. I'm sure you all know, you're all aware of that. I'm not telling anything you don't know. And the spring market is, when people really start considering that move, trying to get their family situated for the next school year. I look at myself, I moved to a new town into this house, 2.5 years ago. We went and bought in March, because we wanted our kids, move, ready to go come June so they can go to their new school and all that stuff. So, spring market's a real thing. We're all thawing from the long winter, and we're gonna talk about how you can take advantage of it. So, goal, what we're gonna cover today: market insights to help get buyers and sellers off the fence. What are some targeted campaigns you can do for everyone in your database? Ways that you can leverage, technology to help you get there. And then we're going to also just kind of cover a couple of key areas where Top Producer can help you this year. So that's the plan. And let's get started. So, I think the one thing to take a step back is, and this is not factual, but it feels like we've kind of weathered the worst of it, right? And I hope you guys all agree is, data continues to signal a comeback for the housing market. I'm up in Canada. In the US, I think it's same. It feels like, the Treasury and the Bank of Canada are kind of attached to the hip right now. And, the positive news is inflation's down. Interest rates are going to follow here pretty quickly. Could be, in Canada, we're potentially expecting it up in June. I don't know what you guys are hearing down there. But what the Federal Reserve is saying, hey, we expect to start coming down this year. So the good news is it's going to be 2024. It's not if, it's a matter of when. I think we're at that point. The other thing too, which is really interesting, Realtor.com did this survey a little while ago, not long ago, and what they found is that affordable home inventory is on the rise. So in February, homes prices between 200 and 350,000 grew by 20% compared to last year. That's huge and something to be aware of as we kind of go through today. But I think the biggest thing is all the signals are there for, a shift here. What that shift looks like and how big it is, I think we're all kind of waiting to see. But I think, this is the one thing that you need to think about is how are you setting yourself up to take advantage and maximize the opportunity within, for your business when that shift happens. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So the one thing, the one thing that, I mentioned being here 23 years and part of the industry. If I go back, decades ago, and some of you have been Top Producer customers for as longer than I've been part of this industry, the fundamentals of, how to be, what you need to do to be successful are still the same. They haven't changed. It's really two things that I've always talked about with, real estate agents that I've, had a chance to have conversations with is you need to add new people and you need to stay close to those people, right? So grow your network, your database, your pipeline, whatever word you want to use. You need to consistently add new people. And probably more so today than ever, I'm sure everyone would agree, probably need to add a lot more people to get to our goals than we have in the past, right? It's a numbers game. And the numbers have probably changed a little bit where, for every 100 people you add, you probably said, oh, I could get 2 transactions out of that. Could be now that you need 200 people to get those same 2 transactions. And then the other thing too is you need to stay close to those in your database, you know, and your network. So those are really the, when you think about the fundamentals, add new people, connect with them, stay close, stay top of mind, provide value. I think that's at the basis of what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about some strategies you can do to do both these things. The first one I think that is so important is consumers right now are probably a little bit confused about what's going on, right? The one thing the media does is causes chaos and confusion sometimes. And I think right now is a chance for you to really reach out, when we think about staying close to your database, is really spread and share your wisdom and your insights about what's coming and where we are today and where we expect it to go. Each of you are your local market expert. I can't tell you what to tell these people. You know what your market's doing. I'm sure some of you have strong markets right now. You're like, hey, Keith, in Chicago, things are going well. Someone in Indianapolis might be different. You guys know your market, but I think, the one thing you need to do is stay close to those people because, one thing about real estate, everyone's trying to time it. And usually the agent that's closest to that person is the one that's likely going to get a chance to work with that consumer. So, one of the things you need to do is really stay close, and then also you need to do it now. You can't wait. So let's talk about some ideas that we can do to spread relevant information. First one is call them and say hi. I think one of the things we try to do is use technology, and maybe we're doing it because we want to avoid the conversation. But I think it's really important that you reach out to as many people and say hi. And do it in a way that you're providing service and value. Hey, you know what, Keith? It's Judy from, XYZ Brokerage, just following up with you. It's been a while since we talked. Just reaching out to all my clients and seeing if I can answer any questions about the market. Just using a generalized, approach. But you'd be surprised at how effective that is. Call all your past clients. Do the same thing. Any potential clients, like it really should be when you talk about staying close, you need to offer your expertise and be there and answer questions that people may have. Yeah, and in the chat, everyone, there's a link to 30+ call, email, and text scripts that you could use right now today to stay close to people in your network. So there's a link in the chat. You can click on it and download our guide. Thanks for sharing that, Christine. One of the things that's really important is providing market information. House prices are inventory, house prices, days on market, what's selling, how much is it selling for, what are the newest listings. The one thing I always find, which I love about real estate, is we're naturally curious about what's going on in real estate, whether we're in the market or we're not. I'll use a real life example. I look at my wife. We just moved here 2 years ago. We're not going anywhere for a while. I hope not, right? Thing is, doesn't mean that my wife isn't curious about what's going on. And she sees the, for sale sign on the house down the road, and she's like, how much is it listed for? And then she sees the sold sign. How much does it sell for? People are, keeping people informed on what's going on in the market and doing it and casting a wider net is really critical. So one of the things that you really need to be thinking about is, are you providing your network with the information they need to stay informed on what's going on in the market? And one of the ways that we do that is, sending quarterly market updates. A lot of our top producer customers have used something called Market Snapshot for a very long time to send those, monthly, quarterly. Here's what's going on in the market. Here's the average sale price. Here's inventory. Here's days on market. Here's all the actives. Here's all the solds. That's a huge value, and one of our clients, Leah, she's been a customer for a very long time. Has been a great, ambassador for us and someone that's been wildly successful. She said, I've had clients jump on selling their house because of Market Snapshot. One client said, if you can sell my house for that much, bring your for sale sign, right? You just never know. So, the question for all of you is, what are you doing today to provide your network with local market updates? Or on the flip side, how are you keeping them informed on what's going on in your local market? So same idea. Next one is, hey, update potential clients on equity gains, right? So usually one of the benefits of market updates and what's going on is there's probably an equity update for a lot of these people, right? An interesting stat for all of you, Q4 of last year, the average US homeowner gained 24,000 equity during the past year, right? And this data comes from CoreLogic Homeowner Equity Insights. Here's a quick little email tip that you could send out and just be like, hey, Keith, hope you're well. Quick update. In Q4 last year, the average US homeowner gained approximately 24K in equity during the past year. Interested in an update on your situation. Super simple. And how many people, let's ask, one of the things I'm always a believer is asking questions that we know the answer to, right? Or that's going to stir conversation. Why would someone not say no to this? No, I'm not interested, right? You know, uh, let's be honest with ourselves. Why would they not be interested? So, just, generating some curiosity, leveraging what's going on, providing value. This is huge. And it's a simple, thought-provoking question. Home equity update. Gosh, I would love my realtor to reach out to me and be like, hey, Keith, you want an update on your home equity? Here's where I think your home's valued today. Here's the equity, XYZ. If you're using a CRM and hopefully you're using Top Producer, add this into, your follow-up coach in Top Producer. One of the most used aspects of Top Producer is the ability to stay close to everyone in your database. And our clients absolutely use the follow-up coach as the preferred method to do that. Imagine just reaching out to all your past clients 5 at a time, reaching out to your database and providing something like this. It's amazing how many conversations get stirred up. So there's another strategy and a way you can play off of what's going on in the market today. Simple little quick tidbits, provide value, offer assistance. Okay. Next one. What about buyers? Right? Buyers need this same information, uh, and I think we sometimes, we try to say, well, this information should only go to these people. I think everyone in your database needs to know what's going on in the market. Everyone that you've ever captured, you need to keep informed of what's going on in the market, whether they're buyer, past client, potential seller. I don't think there's an audience that market information is not relevant for, especially in today's world, right? In today's economy. I think this is where it's even more important, and you need to extend your reach. So, when you think about buyers, same thing, right? George, similar to Leah, George, he's like, gosh, people want a 3-bedroom house in Belmont for 60K. I know that doesn't exist, but they don't. So I send them a market snapshot. When they see that 2 bedrooms are going for 120K, they realize they can't afford it and reevaluate. All George is doing is helping someone get to the answer on their own versus him having to tell them. And it helps you, be able to help better, service and help that client. So what I think the biggest theme here is you have access to a lot of knowledge. You have access to a lot of data. You have access to a lot of market information. Don't hide it, right? Share it and use it and become a valued resource to everyone that you're trying to stay close with. And that's your database. That's your network. And right now, I think it's like the perfect time. I mean, there's no perfect time. You should be doing this regardless, but this is a moment in time where you really need to double down right now to ensure that you're setting yourself up to maximize that opportunity that's going to happen here in a little bit when interest rates come down and consumer confidence improves. You don't want to be sitting here. You don't want to be sitting here in, September and be like, oh, wow, interest rates drop. Look at inventory, look at transactions, buyers are out of the woodwork, and then all of a sudden be like, wait, why am I not getting my share of that? Right? The things you do today are setting yourself up for success in the future. You know, the other thing too, and we kind of talked about this, is just become a valued resource. Go in with the mindset of like, how can I help that person? What questions do they have? And you know, if you go in with that approach, good things are going to happen for you. Here's another, you know, email template around this. So as we talk about this, here's an email you could send. And again, I highly recommend that you find the data point that you feel most comfortable with. There is no answer to the test. So whatever source that you want for what we expect for, you know, interest rates, inventory, you know, whatever it is. But here's a quick email. Hey, things are looking up. I think it's always good to share positive. Things are looking up for the 2024 housing market. You know, I'm happy to share industry forecasting better for the year. Quick over project, you know, here's rates, here's inventory, affordability, whatever it is, share it, right? And these are just really simple, but super effective ways for you to become that resource and really be proactive with your network and create conversations for yourself. You know, Robert says, great, I want these templates. Well, the good news for you, Robert, you can have these templates and others. So, you know, these, again, this is all about reaching as many people as possible, throwing up my hand and saying, hey, I'm here to help you. Let me know how I can help you. And you'll be surprised what happens. And again, if you use Top Producer, you can send stuff like this out via, you know, email, text, things like that. So always send this stuff out of your CRM. Here's an interesting, another opportunity for you. So before I go into this, let's just recap what we talked about. Stay close to your network. That's, if there's one thing you're going to hear about this, stay close to your network. That's everybody in your database. And the way you can do that is provide and be proactive in reaching out to them and sharing your thoughts, sharing market updates, sharing information, and being a resource for them, right? It's not following up and saying, are you looking to buy or sell right now? Okay. It's following up and being a valued resource where when they are ready to buy and sell, you don't have to ask that question. They're just going to come to you. Now, there's another huge trend developing here. And probably no surprise. Okay. Millennials, they're ready. They're ready. Okay. And what I mean by that, they're ready to buy. Okay. Realtor.com did a survey. Again, I love Realtor.com for all their insights and data because they have such an huge consumer audience, and they're able to do this, you know, pretty quickly. But another survey of Realtor.com, which was their 2024 survey of prospective home buyers, over half of millennials feel now is a good time to buy. Interesting. Okay. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, if you think about how old they are right now, right? They're in that age of 27 to 42, or I think, yeah, whatever age. They're in that part now of their life, where they're ready. You know, they're in that age group where they've potentially gotten married, you know, they've got a career now. Maybe their family is growing, you know, all the things that lead to, you know, real estate, which are life events. They're kind of right in that group. They're prime. And this is really important for you to know because reaching millennials is a lot different than, you know, reaching others. Okay. And definitely with Gen Z is going to be even the same. It's just going to be a while. But the one area that you can get in front of millennials is social media. And this will probably be the same with Gen Z, right? But right now, if I was, you know, focusing my efforts on, you know, how do I get in front of the younger demographics, you gotta leverage social media. I mean, that's how you're going to do it. You're not going to be able to get in front of this group through other older, you know, other methods. Okay. It's going to have to be through social media, and specifically Facebook and Instagram, right? There's others. Okay. but I think like this is a really important thing to just, really look at, you know, that 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 audience and where they are. Um, when you think about social media, there's really two strategies here. One is how do you leverage social media to stay close? Okay. Which is, you're providing, similar information that we just talked about. You should be probably sharing it on social media as well. Okay. Taking the same idea of, the one-to-one stuff, but also sharing it on a broader audience. Right. And again, that's just another way for you to stay close to your network. So your social media business pages and things like that are probably full of the same people there. That's the one thing. The other one though is social media is such a great platform and opportunity for you to add. So when we come back to the fundamentals haven't changed, we've talked a lot and given some ideas here how you can stay close to people and really engage them. And we've given you a bunch of scripts, right? I think I don't have to hammer it home anymore. All I said is offer value and reach out and say hi. That's it. That's all you need to do. But now it's like, okay, great. You know, and I'm sure some of you are new agents, right? I'm just curious, how many of you in here just by, uh, typing Y have been in the real estate industry less than a year? Just curious. How many have been in here less than a year? Just if you type Y in the chat, I'm just curious. Joe's like, Keith, I've been in business since 1978. That's awesome. I won't say, Joe, that was before I was born, but more than 20 years. Wow. We got a wide spectrum today, which is awesome. 2 weeks. Well, good for you, Adele. That is awesome. Good for you. Wow, look at this audience. 30 years, 25 years. So this is awesome and somewhat what I expected. Um, but so like for all of you that have that network, right? You need to stay close. You know what though? You're also going to need to add new people, right? Whether you've been in the business for 30 years, whether you've been in the business for 2 weeks, which is awesome. Okay. Um, the things are the same. Okay. Okay. The fundamentals are the same. Add people, stay close. The adding people is sometimes, the hardest part. Okay. But the one thing is right now, if I'm looking to really get a lot of people, I'm going to go after this audience right now. So when I'm thinking about who do I want to add, I want to go after this millennial audience. You need to leverage social media. Okay. And there's a couple of reasons why. One, that's where the millennials are, the younger demographics. Two, social media is extremely affordable. So, when you think about, all the different platforms out there that you can go and generate and add new people to your network, a lot of them are quite expensive. Okay. And for a lot of real estate agents outside of their budget, affordability, I think, is really important. Social to me is one of the best places for someone to really build their network and add to their database consistently at a high volume. So one of the things that, and some of you guys are probably aware of this, something that Top Producers started not long ago is something called Social Connect. So we talk about the strategy of posting and sharing on social. That's great. And you're going to stay close to people. But how do you add a high volume? You need to do social marketing campaigns. Okay. And one of the things that we've done and our customers absolutely love is we now do this for our customers where we run targeted advertising campaigns in our customers' local market, targeting consumers who have shown intent and search for real estate online. If you don't know what a targeted campaign is, I'm sure you guys have all experienced this. You go online, you search for a barbecue. All of a sudden, you go on Facebook and Instagram, and what do you see? See ads for, Blackstone, see ads for Weber, see ads from Home Depot, You see ads from Lowe's. You see ads related to the fact that you showed intent and search behavior in a barbecue, right? And advertisers are able to target you based on that. So we do the same thing now for our customers and for real estate agents, where in your local market, when consumers show intent of searching for real estate and intent in real estate, we service up or show property ads to people in your local market. And we do that on behalf of our customers. And through that, our customers get a high volume of leads. So an average customer for us, on our lowest package gets 25 or more new people every single month from Social Connect. That's a lot of leads. The best part about it, those 25 or more leads every month is $250 a month. It's $10 a lead. This is what I love about social, is you can get a high volume at a lower price than others. And this is also where we want to be if you think about millennials right now. So if half of millennials are saying, I think now's a good time to buy, the best place for me to maximize my opportunity there is on social. And the best way to do it now is through paid advertising. Because the staying close and sharing all that stuff on social is going to be great. And it's a little bit of a longer term play. But a lot of us need to build pipeline right now. If you're sitting here, and each market's going to be different. But let's just play out some math here. Do we feel confident that by September, interest rates are going to drop? I think most people are optimistic that by the summertime, interest rates are going to drop. But if we're just sitting here today and saying we think it's going to be in September, we can't wait until September. We need to be doing it now, and we need to be building. So if the biggest thing is you have to build pipeline, right? You need to be acquiring people that potentially in September is when they actually decide to go and enter the market. So a couple of things are on that is if you're looking for a high volume with a predictable amount of leads every month in your local market, Top Producer has a great offer for you. Okay. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. The other thing too, I know there's a lot of Top Producer users, which I absolutely love. You have lots of you have been in the business for 20 years. Your networks are vast. Two things I'm going to say. One, make sure you're staying top of mind with as many people as possible. Use the follow-up coach. Say hi to 5 people every day. And I mean that for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a Top Producer user or not. Set a goal that every morning you're going to go and reach out to 5 to 10 people. And here's why. If you do that every day, you're now following up with 150 to 300 people a month that you've reached out to and maybe shared some insights, offered value to. I'll say it right now, only good things are going to come from that. Right? I always ask myself, like, what's the worst thing that could happen if I just called, these people and said hi and shared information with them? Really nothing when you think about it, but you have to do it. So create yourself a goal every day. It's like, I'm going to follow up with 5, or I'm going to follow up with 10 people every single day on a one-to-one basis and go say hi. And these need to be the people that you're not close with right now. So following up with your favorite past client, right, who you've become a friend with, that doesn't count. These need to be 5 to 10 people that you're not close with right now. That, that if maybe they were thinking about entering the market, that they might not even remember you or think of you. Okay. So make that a goal for everybody. The great news about having a platform is you can automate this and make it really easy, but platforms are only going to get you so far, right? What I love about Top Producer is we are a great hybrid for a real estate agent. We have the automation where we can automate a lot of things, but we also have that, reminder that, hey, Robert, you need to go and call Bob, who you sold a house to, 20 years ago. All right. So the other thing too, if you're not already doing it, and I hope most of you are, especially those of you that have been customers for a long time or those of you considering, Market Snapshot is a great way to automate a lot of what I'm talking about. You know, setting up your database to get local market updates, every month, every quarter. This is part of Top Producer, and it's been something that agents absolutely love, right? And I hope it's Top Producer, and I hope it's you use our Market Snapshot, but at the same time, you just need to do it, okay? And it's such an important part of where we are today, and something that if you're not doing it, you need to do it. It's not an option anymore. You need to really educate and keep people informed. Okay, to recap, stay close, and what? Add new people. That's all we're talking about today. We talked about a lot of strategies, different methods. Not all of these are going to work for all of you. Some of you are going to be like, Keith, that's not really me, which is totally fine. We've got a lot of scripts and ideas and concepts, and my goal is for you to leave here excited about the opportunity, and also realize that right now you're going to probably have to do more than you've ever done before to get to your goals. What that means is you're going to have to add a lot more people to your database, and you're going to need to stay close with a lot more people. Thing is, you can all do it. You have the tools, you have the ability. A lot of you are wildly successful if you've been in the business for 20, 35. I mean, I don't even know who's been in the business the longest, but as Robert posted, he said there's some old folks here, me included. So age is just a number. At the end of the day, a lot of you have been successful. You're gonna have to double down though. You're gonna have to double down. Okay. Quick thing. If you are looking, and I know we have a mix of customers and people that aren't. If you are looking to add a high number of people to your database over the spring here, April and May, or you're looking for tools to help you build relationships to stay close to those people and your database, I got an option. I got a great offer for all of you from me. Anyone that signs up for our social lead program, Social Connect, first 100 people that do it, I'm going to double everyone's leads for April and May to help you get ahead of that pipeline now, so that whenever you think the interest rates are going to drop, you've got a bunch of people that you've been nurturing for a few months. What does that mean? It means in the month of April and May, you're going to get an estimated total of 100 leads over those 2 months. So that's 50, estimated number of 50 in April, estimated 50 in May. That's 100 new people that you can add to your pipeline today. I don't know about you, but I don't know where, you're gonna be able to get 50 leads for $250. So that's the offer for everybody. I really am a believer right now that if you really got to do all this stuff to really get yourself set up to take advantage of what's going on. I hope this was helpful. As I said, this offers for the first 100 people. We have lots of people right now that are trying to build a pipeline. Give our team a call. Mention double your leads. Mention Keith sent them. Keith sent you. And I hope this was super helpful. I hope I was able to, give you, some ideas that you can go and actually apply today to really set yourself up, to take advantage of what, the market right now. The one thing the one thing you shouldn't do is pull back or do less. We need to do more. Okay. The scripts will come out. The recording will come out. I want you guys to go crush it. So please try some of this stuff, and definitely reach out. I would love to hear, send an email to, I'm going to put, hey, Christine, can you just post learn more at topproducer.com? I'd love to hear from you guys that have done this, what kind of responses you get, what success you get. I'm really curious. Best way to do that is just shoot over an email to learn more at topproducer.com. Shoot over and just be like, hey, Keith, kind of went and applied some of the things that you talked about, and I got this and this happened, or this happened, and wow, this person actually, I went and had a listing presentation, or hey, I got this buyer. Again, there is no magic wand here, right? just comes back to the basics. Stay close, add people. If you focus on those two things, only good things are going to happen. All right, everyone. Have an awesome afternoon. Robert, thanks for the feedback. I'm glad that you enjoyed this. Thank you all for joining. Again, we're going to keep doing this. I hope you guys are getting value out of this. I said we were going to be between 30 and 40 minutes. We ended at 36 minutes. Thanks, Judy. You have a productive day as well. Thanks, Renee. We'll have someone reach out. Thanks, Andy. Carla says Carla's in. I like it. All right, Cindy. We'll have someone on our team reach out. Yeah, and if you're interested, you can also give the team a call here. They can look, give you set you up for and check out your local market as well. So just give a call to this phone number as well if you want. Yeah, Justin, we'll send out a follow-up email that includes the recording plus any additional links that were shared. Yeah, you're welcome, Justin. Anytime.